Chimuli changeraba nakulaba ng'okula chimuli change nenkwekumba naye nga mama ndaba okula nenkutya nensaba mukama nyamba okule mukwano okuze njagala tuzaaleyo babebi mukusoka guwakaluba natyanga naye kirungi webale wagonda mama sikunyoma kwano kwantawanyanga.
They say success is not final, but failure is not fatal. It's only courage that can keep you going. Welcome to the show. My name is Julie Mirono once again. I have the ladies on the couch. Ladies and gents, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
We are good.
Thank you so much for coming. Let me begin with the gent. We have Kenan. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you very much for having me. I'm really feeling excited. Corona-free.
That's
Excited.
good. It's good news, by the way.
It is.
Yeah, this couch is for ladies, by the way, and you really have a chance to be here. Trust me. Well, next to Kenan, we have Joseph Woods. Thank you so much, Joseph, for coming.
You're welcome. Hey, our dear viewer. I'm Josephine Woods. As usual, I'm back. I'm crashing on now a newcomer, but anyway.
As usual.
It's okay. I have just a small advice to our dear parents. Our God is coming with different advice to different kinds of people. Our dear parents, we know you are the people who are guiding us, but at most be our friends. When you're our friends, we shall tell you everything. Okay, not everything, but at least 90% of what we are going through. But if you're not our friends, you're always stuck. Everything you do, you are against it. Even if it's good or bad, you don't always have to be against everything your child is doing. At times you have to be like a friend to that child and be in her position or his position, in that you can guide them very well. It's not that everything is bad.
Thank you
And it's
so
not
much.
that everything is good.
But just say, I know, let me correct you somehow. Yes, if a friend is, a parent is a friend to you, you also have to make your parents friends. You get it? You don't have to distance yourself. Doesn't mean that whatever you do, you're just being discouraged. At times, they guide us on what to do. Because if your parent is really dissatisfied of your behaviors and stuff, or is come to correct you or talk to you, elder sister talk to you, at times we do not respect them because they are like, yes, because they are sisters. So a mother or father comes in and corrects you somehow. Well, Penelope, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you guys for being on the show today. I'm excited that we have a guy.
Yes.
All those people who have been saying they want to hear the guy speaking. Today you have a representative.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm happy. Thank you for being back on Urban Square. Thank you for what do they call it? Actually following the rules of COVID-19. Although I was disappointed. Today I came in a taxi. And in the taxi that I was in, because they were doing the whole social distancing thing, but I only saw one person putting on a mask.
That was on
other than myself.
Okay.
There was a lady next to me with a mask. Everyone else in the taxi had no mask. And I thought to myself, really?
So they
we're forgotten. Yeah. Because you're in the taxi, you're in a closed vehicle. No one is wearing a mask. The conductor is not wearing a mask. The driver is not wearing a mask. I was dying to get outside, open the window and keep breathing, praying that there is no COVID in the taxi.
That's bad.
It's really
At least you don't need to
guys.
forget yours. Yes.
I haven't, but guys, we need to be serious. It's not gone, it's not done. But guys have relaxed completely, and I think it's not right.
We need to change. We need to change. Well, those are the ladies and gents on the couch today. We're going to have hot topics. Just what you're going to do is to sit, relax, as I take you through the highlights that make our show very interesting. Keep around. How would you trust your partner with your sister?
It's a risk I would take to find out the kind of man.
The way you nurture that relationship of trust since you were a child.
Until you understand that every man cheats, you're never going to be happy in your marriage.
Can we push the blame to a man?
We need to stop looking at society in groups.
I don't want to take a risk in life, but I don't want to try God as well.
Go buy an island, stay there with your girlfriend or your boyfriend alone. At the end of the day, you have to take the risk because we are human beings.
It's good for my man to cheat with a girl I don't know.
Then
I'm
your
cheating
sister.
with my sister.
Your man is a human being and he's going
And
to
then there's
interact
the
with
everything.
an average of
Thank
3
you.
million.
Leo wanga nawe inakukalika leo tumetumia
Did
sisi.
I even tell you that I trust my man? I trust my man. But I don't want to tell him. Thank you. Well, we have friends, we have siblings, and we love them so much. In most cases, when you find a boyfriend, you have a boyfriend as a girl, the first person to talk to is your sibling, either your sister, and tell her, I have someone, and I want to take you there, and you come to see my boyfriend. But in most cases, some people don't trust their siblings. Yeah, the same goes to men as well. Men have brothers and sisters. At times, if you're a gent, you trust your sister more than your brother. But there are times when you have something and you can't keep it with your sister, but your brother, So we are posing a topic of discussion and asking, would you trust your partner with your brother or sister? Okay, with your sibling of the opposite gender, right? If you're a girl, would you trust your partner with your sister? Or if you're a boy, would you trust your partner with your brother? Yes. If you're a girl, would you trust your partner with your sister? It's a topic of discussion. What do you have to say?
To the greater extent, I wouldn't, and to the lesser extent, I would. You get it? To the greater extent. Because at some point, a relationship, you could be with someone who was paving the way to go through you to get your sister. You get it? That person knew that if they get through you, they will connect to your sister. At some point, they will turn against you. But still, at the end of the day, you're going to make a family with this person. So, if your family doesn't, your siblings, they're the first people to befriend your partner before your parents. Because when they go to visit your home, your siblings will be happy to see this person, and they will be knowing who he or she is to you. You get? So it's like you have to trust your partner with your.
So if they don't know him, that means they won't welcome him. In the
No,
home.
it's not like that. But at some point, he or she will feel small at home. Will be like, when you visit a home for the first time, there's a way you kind of securing yourself. You're also like shy. But if there are people you know in that home, at some point you won't be that shy. You get it? Because you've come to realize that apparently these days, some families, everyone is a phone addict. So when you go somewhere for the first time, everyone will be on the phone. Have you seen her? What? You get? But if you're not seeing them for the first time, they'll be like, hey, we're happy to see you, what? They'll give you all the hospitality Africans have. You get? But then, to the greater extent, I'll be like, people change. You can't predict love. People change. And some of our siblings, like friends, they see you're the one who is very successful, good in class. You're easily getting people to fall in love with. You easily settle with people unlike them. You get? So at some point they'll do anything. Anything can happen. Blood is thicker than water, but anything can happen. Situations can change. Because I've also heard of a story where a man impregnated 2 sisters. And he knew they were sisters. And the younger sister knew that this man is my sister's husband, the big sister's husband. But to make matters worse, the young sister was the first person to give birth. You get? And she kept quiet. By the time it came out, it was too late because also the big sister was pregnant. For her, she thought maybe the young sister got pregnant with her boyfriend out there.
Okay, me, I'm taking this to morals. At times, it goes back to how we were brought up. And also cultures. There are some cultures whereby falling in love with your sister-in-law, doesn't have any problem with that. I think so, yes. for them, they see you're all women. I mean, if he falls in love with both of you, no problem. It's you to control your sister. You have a sister at home. But in our culture, we are seeing falling in love with your sister-in-law. It's not good. It's actually not good, and it's condemned totally. And also, you would look like a disgrace for the family where you're coming from. It goes back to morals. How were you brought? Yes, if a man has told you that he loves you, but he's already a husband to your sister, why would you say yes, go ahead, sleep with him, and even get pregnant, give birth?
Julie, can I object?
Yes.
Because the moral thing is somehow, I agree, but to some extent, you can find someone who is born in a certain family. You can have a family of, say, 5 kids, the mother and the father, and the kids are brought up in a certain way. But there's always that one child who is not like the other.
I get
You have those rights.
As a parent, you continue teaching manners to your kids.
Well, if I may, okay, first and foremost, I feel like before we go too far, let's first establish what do we mean by trust. If you ask me the question, would I trust my girlfriend with my brother? First tell me, what do you mean trust? Do you mean, would I be okay with them being in the room alone? Would I trust them with information, for example? Would I trust my brother by telling him information about my girlfriend? Or when you say trust, do you mean sexual?
General.
Because I can trust you with information and not trust you with money. I can trust you with money and information and not trust you sexually.
And that's what we're looking for, because you can't trust. Of course, it's very obvious that you can't trust your brother with your girlfriend.
We need to stop looking at society as a huge group of piles of people and say men are not trustworthy or women are lovers of money. It's a very wrong mentality, and it always causes problems. My belief is assess a person as an individual. I've grown up with my brother. I've seen the things they do, and so I know whom I trust with what.
But you've not known what they can't do. Yes, you've seen them do stuff, but there are those that they've not done in your presence. Accept.
But you can't grow up with fear, because I've not known.
But you can't fail to have a benefit of doubt in
But
someone.
since it's being specific, I know whom to trust with what.
With what? Yes.
You get. So this question is kind of general. Trusting your brother with your wife, maybe everything you're kind of busy, be like, you know what, brother, can keep my wife. You know what, brother, can buy my wife lunch. You know what, brother, can keep my wife company. You get.
I originally told you it's general.
It's general, everything, money, everything. Like the way you could behave with your wife. Your wife needs company, wants to go out, you'll be like, you know what, brother, I'm kind of busy. Take my wife out. You get. That's what we're kind of meaning.
Yeah.
Because if we're kind of specific, it's like, you know your family.
Yeah.
You know, when you tell your mother, I don't have money, she'll give you. When you tell your father, I don't have money, you'll be like, Gendo Koli. You get. So that's the difference. So, but here it's so general.
Yeah.
What would you do, like?
In the name of trusting, when we say I trust my brother, it doesn't give me permission to, first and foremost, tempt him.
You put limits.
Yeah, don't tempt me. It's like saying that I trust Penny with money. So you know what, Penny? I have 400 million that I've picked off. It's untracked. I don't know your contacts and whatever, but I trust you with money. Here, get that money.
And at some point you don't know what to use it for.
So
Keep it for.
if I'm trusting my brother, I'm not going to be like, oh, you know what, my wife has just, she's in the shower, she wants to dress up, help me take for me her dress. That is tempting the person. And so, no matter how trustworthy a person is,
Okay, let me come in. There are things that we can't do even if you trust someone. Let's look at the inevitable ones. Probably you're going on a trip and you've left your brother behind in your home, like kind of taking care in your absence. Yeah. You've not told him, please go find my wife bathing in the bathroom, and you bathe together. But this is something inevitable. You're not around, but you trust your brother. you leave him behind, would you do that? Let's look at obvious things whereby we need our siblings, but at times there are points that we don't trust them, and you opt not to do it because you don't trust the person you would have told to help you.
I do agree with Kaden that you should assess someone as an individual, but I think you can also, you can use, you know, someone's, the way it's, okay, you can observe your sibling. Like, for example, let's say it's my sister. I can observe the way my sister handles other issues. If I'm looking at trust from a relationship, I watch how she handles her relationships. Honestly speaking, if I know I've seen my sister take her friend's boyfriend, I won't trust you with my boyfriend, for instance.
And you're going,
But if I know
But
the
the issue-
and the truth is you're not going to know.
But the issue
That's
of
the weird
trust,
thing.
it has to be on both
See,
sides.
it comes down to what she said in the very start of the show, friendship. Now you were telling mothers and fathers and parents generally, but we need to understand that our life here on earth is relationships, entirely relationships, because you can't live alone. But the relationships differ. I have a relationship with my girlfriend, I have a relationship with my mother, I have a relationship with my workmates. All those are relationships, and there are simple fundamental things that govern all relationships. It is honesty, it is trust, it is transparency, time, quality time. So regardless of the kind of relationship I have, if I don't give that relationship time, it won't grow. So parents, for example, have this problem. They are going to go to work and spend the whole day there, have no time with their children. And then they're always going to be complaining to their fellow parents, my child, I feel like we're not connected, you know. You're not giving the relationship time. So if I know that I have a girlfriend, and what I know that my girlfriend feels really loved when I give her time. I know my girlfriend feels good when I buy for her a gift. If I want my parents to feel good, why don't I do those things for them? Children I'm a boy. Unfortunately, I don't like generalizing, but it normally comes to boys. Society looks at us, it's Valentine's, what is the guy going to do? Now, I'm a boy, and it's Valentine's Day. I'm thinking I have to buy for my girlfriend roses and all these things make her happy. But that thought never crosses for my mom, whom I've grown up with. I have to wait for Mother's Day
And her birthday.
and her birthday, and then I
But
remember.
it's
But that is a relationship that also needs to grow.
But
Honestly.
still, me, I would say if it comes to trust, regardless, if my partner really trusts me to be his girlfriend, why would I go in for his brother? You get?
Yeah, just a minute. We are just going to take a short break. When we return, we're just going to continue from there, because since this is a wide topic, and we need to dig it deeper, because most of the times, the people we normally run to are our siblings, your sister, your brother, anything concerning your relationship. Yes, we have friends, but you might not trust them more than the way you would trust your sister, your brother. We take a break, we'll be back.